Welcome to the Antonio Parkinson Project. Today we're talking about Trump going gangster on Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky. And also, should black folks that slide to the other side be defended by black folks who have not? That's going to be a question. And what really happened at Crosstown Concourse? Rachel Spriggs is in the building to tell the story, but y'all don't go anywhere. Hit that subscribe button. We'll be right back. You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project. Welcome back to the Antonio Parkinson Project. I think Kojak tapped out. Dang, what happened?
Listen, when I tell you these speakers is on, like my wife.
I got my steps in today. I've been walking all day.
We hot today, man.
We been standing up for about an hour and a half.
Man, hey, look, y'all give it up for my lovely co-host Angelica Jelly Woods in the building.
The conversation is so good, okay?
Yeah. And that's my DJ Kojak. He's supposed to be in the bathroom in this segment, but he's skipping it, I guess, right?
I skipped the bathroom.
He's constipated. Y'all give it up for our lovely guest, Rachel Spriggs in the building. She didn't know what you were getting into.
Man, they ain't give me the note. I'm like, man.
Right. So listen.
But they don't know what they getting either, though.
Right. Hey, we're okay with it. Listen, y'all. Listen. So we got Rachel here, and everybody's been asking us ever since the concourse situation happened. Everybody's had questions. All we had was what the news was saying, right?
Absolutely.
And Angelica was making it very clear.
I did.
That according to WRAG, not me, right? I think we actually got some video. Josh, run that video.
Y'all dropped the video because they was not gonna come for me. I made it very clear.
They still coming for you. Run that video, Josh. Okay, so y'all, there was, the news media was labeling it a melee at Crosstown Concourse, and we are excited to have Rachel to tell us, before you start. Let me set this up. No, we ain't gonna set it up. You tell us what happened.
I mean, I'm gonna give you the short version. I mean, because most of everybody. This is the thing. You saw it.
Well, we just saw the fight. We saw the result. How did it happen? Right. How did we get there?
Right. So we got there by me literally showing up for meetings that were on my calendar.
Right. Okay.
And I had not made a public statement about. Global Cafe.
Okay, step up a little bit.
I had not made a public statement about my stance on Global Cafe.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I had just did my own, personal boycott.
Okay, so you wait a minute. So you were boycotting this restaurant?
And then it's another misconception I need to clear up. People are saying that I was already banned from the establishment.
People were saying that, but
that is the most untrue statement that I've heard in the whole. In all of it.
Right.
It's not the most unclear because it's been. I was never banned from that establishment.
Okay. Did the owner say that?
I had never even had an altercation with anybody in the establishment. He said what he used the term when I had him live. He said something I can't remember, but he said something about we had I can't remember the term he used, but I never had even been in an altercation.
You're saying. I don't want to say what I'm going to ask. So, are you saying that were you a frequent customer at this restaurant before this?
So I live not even 0.2 miles away from Crosstown. So my family and I walk to Crosstown on a daily basis.
Right.
So I had been a frequent customer of Global Cafe, but I had stopped going probably like maybe even anywhere from 7 to 8 months.
Why'd you stop going?
I had stopped going because I was watching one's interaction with customers.
Okay.
And so one thing that I will kind of, I'm always in reflective mode, right? I immediately said, one, you are a racist. You know what I'm saying?
But why?
I said he was a racist because I had watched his treatment. And I think I could call him a sexist. I could have called him several other things. But the minute you call a person a racist, you gotta go into this mode of defending what that really means. You gotta quantify. You gotta quantify that. Qualify that, right? And I think that what happened there is I watched his treatment that was very different between not only Black people but also women in general.
Okay, let me ask a question here. Let me ask a question here. Is this you watching his treatment of customers,
right?
Black and women,
mainly the students, the students,
okay. But is this before that day or is this on that day?
This is way before that day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is before that day. Okay. Go ahead.
Right. So never been banned from the establishment. Let's clear that up.
Glad you cleared that up.
Never been banned from the establishment. Never had an altercation with this man at all. And so he said I hissed at him. That's what he said.
What does that mean?
He said I said use Black folks language because I don't know we even had an altercation.
Right.
What does hiss mean? What he explained in that live video, he said I hissed at him.
Black folks don't hiss though.
We don't hiss.
Yeah, I see white folks.
But what he explained was that he put too much ice in my cup and I told him I wanted light ice. After he
I still don't understand that.
Right. And so I'm like, that went over my head.
That went over mine too.
And so never been banned from the establishment. I come up to get a drink because we having meetings. I feel like I've been in there all day. The least I can do is now buy something. You know what I'm saying? And so I go up to the counter and I go to it's Tuesday. So I go to purchase a margarita. And
what kind of meeting you having?
And I'm done with my meeting. That's the thing. I'm like, that's the thing. I'm getting ready to go pick up my kids.
That sounds like one of our meetings.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
My day was at an end, y'all. My day was done. I had finished all my meetings. I'm getting ready to go pick up my kids. I'm finna go bike ride. Go to the counter. Let me get my margarita. This man wouldn't come to the counter, but I ain't realize it because I'm on the phone.
He wouldn't come to the counter because he doesn't work. He got workers that work the counter, or
no? It's light. It's light. It's only at this point.
Because we don't know.
Everybody has been served. It's only me. One more individual who I'm wrapping up a meeting with, you know what I'm saying? I'm on the phone. I'm like, hey, we ended the meet.
Okay.
But I hadn't even realized I had been at the cash register for maybe about 5 minutes. And this man did not come to the counter, the register.
Right.
So I'm like, hey, hold on. I said, I need a drink. So this is what he called and signed it to him. I said, I want a drink. He hollering from the kitchen. I don't do sign language.
Oh,
I said, I need you to come to the counter then. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he comes to the counter and he said, I'm not serving you because you're doing sign language at me. You're rude and you can leave.
Okay.
So y'all already know I'm barely there, right? Okay. I'm barely there.
Okay.
So now we get, you know what I'm saying? This. Yeah. So now I'm like, oh, so this the day. I ain't know this was the day.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But this is the day, y'all.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so anyway, long story short, that's when I immediately go live. I go live. I go get my stuff though.
But let me ask this.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because everybody's saying like, okay, why y'all sticking up for XYZ? Y'all don't know what happened all the way up to the live before you ask the question. I'm happy you cleared up. It actually led you to go on to the live.
No, I appreciate that. So, but let me ask this. So, in previous iterations of visits, right? You've seen how he treated Black women and women.
Students, period. I'm not gonna say Black women.
Black people and women and students, right? So, why keep coming?
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Everybody was asking that question.
That's a good. I'm glad you even you bring it back on the show because I had not decided. I had not made a decision yet. I was suspending judgment. You know what I'm saying? Like I was working with it. You know what I'm saying? I realized my influence and I realized the power of influence. So I had not concluded anything yet. Right?
Yeah.
I made my conclusion that day.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I needed some more evidence.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? This is Global Cafe.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know who Global Cafe is.
I didn't know.
This
is an establishment that pride themselves. This is an establishment that pride themselves on. You know what I'm saying? I stand in solidarity with our immigrants.
What's Juan's race?
Juan is he is Hispanic,
Right.
right?
Well, I had to ask you for the
right. No, that's good. So my thing is, I stand in solidarity with the immigrant community. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like some of them show up for me before Black people show up for me.
Right.
So that's another thing that I had to clear up, right? Because folks was in my comments saying call ICE on him.
Whoa. Okay, now
you know what I'm saying? Whoa.
That's why I said
that. You know what I'm saying? Like this is not that. What we say, and then people say, how can he be racist if he's Hispanic? And I'm like, whoa, because the people. Wait a minute. The people that uphold white supremacy are usually right now, especially in Memphis, non-Black.
Well, let me ask this. Y'all don't come from because I'm just here to ask questions.
Right.
In order to be racist, you have to have some power, right? What power does he have?
Right,
over
so
you.
This is so good. This is so good because one, and then it's also good for Global Cafe because if you understand who the owner is, one is a manager. You got an owner who is from Switzerland.
Okay.
So when you start talking about power, you got to talk about the alignment and the proximity to white supremacy.
That's a good answer.
You know what I'm saying? And so people be like, you know, he's Hispanic. You know what I'm saying? How can he be racist? You gotta. We talking about
Samuel Jackson. And Django.
Yeah. So it's all about it's all about your proximity to whiteness.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
It's just like the people in the Trump house.
Or to racist.
People in the Trump house.
Yeah.
No, it's white
house.
Well, every white person is not racist though.
No. But we're in America, so we have to talk about our proximity
I feel you on that.
white. You know what I'm saying? And so anyway.
Yeah, and that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation.
I'm how they're laying the labels out. White, Hispanic. I get you on that.
And so here we are, right? So this is the thing. In the video, you will hear me. People is like, "Hey, what we need to do? I
couldn't tell who was who. So,
in the video, you hear people saying, "Do we need to show up?" And I said, "No, don't show up. I'm just bringing awareness."
But they showed up.
I'm gonna tell you why they showed up.
Don't jump. Go ahead and tell your story.
No. What I'm saying is that people in the video. So here we go. First of all, let's address Crosstown, right? Because Crosstown tried to immediately remove themselves, and they said we don't have anything to do with any of this. And nobody is banned. That ain't what they were saying in the video.
No, it wasn't. I watched it.
In the video, they were saying that you're banned from Crosstown Security.
I don't know who to play.
It's good. It was Crosstown Security that was saying that you're not only banned from Global Cafe, you're banned from Crosstown.
And they try to make you sign a paper.
They try to make me sign, because I would have been signed the paper if it was just Global Cafe. I have no intentions on coming back anyway. But when they try to ban me from an establishment that you built with supposedly the community in mind, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Did security have the authority to say that?
They did not have the authority.
So you can't really blame Crosstown.
So this is I have suspended judgment on Crosstown.
Okay.
Can I say something?
I have people ready to roll on Crosstown.
Can I say something about that? That's not true. Because anytime you hire an establishment, look at his face, Parkinson ready.
I'm ready.
Anytime you hire an establishment, you work for an establishment, you have to understand who works for you is representation of you. They're a part of your enterprise. So when you spoke, you got, I'm sorry, it's PR. They represent, I'm saying they did in that moment.
And they can take accountability for that.
Absolutely.
And so this is what I'm saying though, but I wasn't ready to crucify Crosstown.
Yeah.
But where I'm moving to, you know what I'm saying? Because I reached out to Todd a couple of times and this man won't respond to me.
Who's Todd?
Todd is the owner of Crosstown.
Okay.
So here we go.
Okay.
So here we go.
Is he white?
Oh my God.
Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah, so hold on, wait a minute. All I'm saying to you is I'm not ready to come and pounce on Crosstown. You had Rob, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all know Rob, but on Facebook, but he's another activist. He was like, hey, we need everybody in Crosstown to, you know what I'm saying, sign, this to say, we against what Global Cafe did. And I was like, hold on, let me get some more information. So I've been doing a lot of stuff in the back end, you know what I'm saying? Because some activism is silent. Y'all hear us get loud, but we do a lot of silent activism, right? So I'm trying to set up meetings. I'm just trying to have a conversation, but I can't really get that move. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'll say this. I wasn't quick to, you know what I'm saying, be vocal about what needs to happen with Crosstown. I wanted some conversations, and I still want some conversations. You know what I'm saying? I want conversations because I think so often we get so caught up in fighting. You know what I'm saying? That we don't really ever get to the solution.
I appreciate you.
We have this conversation.
I've always been a fan of yours anyway. I've always told you when we were out there on the campaign trail, seeing you with your signs. I ain't gonna minimize like Nicole would. She got a little sign out there. Right. But let me ask this though. So and we're gonna get to the everything coming out though. But now when in that moment, right? When you're still in there and you're going live, right? Why do we not just say, come on, man, come on, I'm F you. You ain't gonna get my money. Why is it? Because I think that money speaks louder than protest. I do. But why do we not just say, man, who got the black shop in here in Crosstown? Right. And I'm gonna go and spend that money with them.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Period. Yeah. Or hip hop line. Period.
Oh, you want
hip hop line. Thank you. I appreciate
something interesting to the table right now because you have a black business owner in Crosstown that immediately contacted me after the story, right? And he said this same thing happened to me at Global Cafe.
But that's a good wagging the dog with the tail. Right. But no, I'm talking about us and not you in particular. Yeah. Why are we fighting for access to a place that does not, if they do not obviously want it?
I didn't hear my question.
No, it's good.
It's good because this is what a lot of people were asking in comments. They were like, why you keep trying to access that? Right. When, you know what I'm saying? When they don't want you, leave. If they don't want you, quit patronizing them. You know what I'm saying? That was
a lot of people been asking it.
Yeah, so this is really good that you bring it to the table. Because you came into our community, you built this. Okay. You built this. This is a pilot. This was built with pilot. You know what I'm saying? Dollars.
I got you.
And so here you are, tax exempt. You building stuff as if it is for us. You know what I'm saying? But you really not intending to truly include us.
Okay, let me go to Angelica. Then I got to respond to that.
Okay, fast forward after back all the stuff. I had to text my husband like, okay, now we're gonna be going to get the baby. Okay, so the thing is, okay, so after all this happened, because Parkinson brought up a big point about like, how about we have the power of the black dollar? Let's just not patronize with them or whatever. But how did it make you feel to see people publicly go sit at the restaurant?
Well, I need you to hold.
I'm ready. What you need? What you got? What you got? That's a good.
Just hold that question for a second, because here, let me show you something. Because
we coming back to that. No matter what, we coming back to this.
I can't say no to your job, 'cause I wanna lose my mind with you. I can't say no to your love, 'cause I wanna lose my mind with you.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Elise Neal. You are watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
So when the Tennessee Achievement School District came to and started taking over schools in Memphis, right? They came and because I'm going back to your point, they built this in our community, right? Quote unquote for our use, right? So the state of Tennessee came into our community.
You already got a problem,
right? And started taking over our schools, right? And but they weren't doing it. They didn't come in for our community. They came in for their own profiteering, period. But and exploitation of our children, right? And so what we did instead,
I'm on the wall again.
No, you just pointing to the wall. But listen, watch this. So when they tried to come into Raleigh, we said we said, we don't like you in our community. You coming in here trying to take over, trying to undereducate our kids, right? And so what we did was we rezoned our kids to the building with the high school, made it a 6 through 12, and guess what? They didn't have any kids in the middle school building. They had 80 of them that we dried their money up. And so this is why my thing, oh, you pointed at Coach, but this is why my thing is, you don't, and we need to have Juan on the show. Let me be clear. Yeah. We want Juan to come on the show. We need Juan. Right. So we can get all sides. But listen, I'm not finna stand here. This is me. Right. No knock against your style. No. That's why I say there's room for everyone in the end. Yeah. The minute you show me that I'm not welcome with me paying you, man, shit out, man. I'm finna burn rubber so damn hard.
But the thing is, you're not even knocking my style, though. That's the thing.
And so, but I'm not finna stand up here and protest. I'm finna just let my people know this was my experience. You make your own judgment. I'm not judging you. I'm just telling my style. Right? You make your own judgment. But I always practice spending my money in my community anyway. And my money is spent here. Absolutely. In the capital of Memphis, right here in Raleigh. Yeah. And so So Angelica, now back to your question.
Bam. This so good, man.
How did it make you feel? Because we talk about the power of the black dollar.
And we talk about that venture to the other side.
Yeah, venture to the other side. After you publicly said what happened, you not said, you showed what happened, that there was people that look like us.
And any of your friends?
I don't know. I ain't getting no message. I'm focused. Okay. That went and said we subliminally said we are supporting Wine and Global Cafe because the next subliminal is PR. I mean, I can read between lines.
We're not boycotting today.
Picture, and on the patio. I asked the question the first time the right way. Go ahead. I'm with you. How did that make you feel?
That
that people pretty much put it online that after all this happened, not even 24 hours.
So he gained customers.
Yeah, based off.
He gained, but he also lost. Okay. So I'm gonna say this to you. That's a great question. Okay. So I was already warned. So this is what people don't realize about activism, right? Activism comes with a cost.
Oh yeah.
Have you heard of black fatigue? Have you heard of? You know what I'm saying? You fighting for a people that don't fight with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so this is the thing. And so it has put me in reflective mode. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what am I doing this for?
Right. So with that, like I had already been warned, Rachel, get off of social media. You know what I'm saying? Don't read comments. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I took days off of social media before I even read comments. You know what I'm saying? But then I strengthened myself. I went to Dubai. I had a Dubai trip already planned, you know what I'm saying, for my sister's birthday. So by the time I came from there, I was ready to face anything that came with that situation. So I started reading comments, right? And to your point, it appears that they got more customers, but why they have to suspend all of the upcoming reviews? Because black people began to mobilize around, not just black people, white people were coming out of all. So the perception that, you know what I'm saying, folks were, like, oh, we're going to go to global. You had your few. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But you still had a lot of people that saying we going to the reviews. They had to cut the reviews off on Global Cafe. You know what I'm saying?
Just like Target.
Yeah. So my whole point is that I focus on who is for me. You know what I'm saying? I focus on who is for us. Yeah. Not who is against us. You know what I'm saying? Like
I need your strength, baby.
Yeah.
Like I didn't full transparency. I didn't want to talk about the topic, did I, Parkinson? I was like, listen.
Yeah, she was scared.
I was scared. I'll be honest. I was
I mean, it's a lot.
Because people read, because I don't know nobody. I don't pay attention to nothing like that. But I just felt like, oh Lord, let me just stay straight in line because I ain't got time. People are ugly.
But the Antonio
Parkinson represent a lot of people though.
The Antonio Parkinson Project is a vehicle to get the truth out and get educated. But somebody said, why you take your black ass to Dubai while folks didn't have bail money?
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
No, that's not true. I'm so glad. That's good. Like, man, listen. That's good because that's more ignorance, right? That's assumption.
I think they were making it.
No. But we're gonna address that perception because perception is reality, right? So the folks that stood with me, the folks that would get knocked to the ground, you know what I'm saying? They would like, we understand. See, this is the thing. We understand movement, right? We understand that rest is protest. Like everybody want to run up to the crosstown. We finna boycott.
Well, tell us about that. Tell us about how people start.
Because we understand that this is for the long haul, right? We understand that in this movement space, that rest is a form of protest.
And look, ain't nobody tripping about that.
No.
They put laugh emojis.
No. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that. But I do think the folks who stood with me, the strongest, the people that were in jail, the people that were showing up. Man, right. So take care of yourself.
Right.
We taking care of each other. You know what I'm saying? But that's what that's what everybody don't see. We take care of each other.
Right.
So in the middle, nobody called your phone. You didn't call nobody's phone and say, "Come down here."
Man, that's
not me.
So good. No. If you look at the live, they said, "Do we need to pull up?" And I said, "No, don't come down here." I said, "I'm good. I'm just bringing awareness to this." Next thing you know, this man start grabbing on me. Phone get knocked out my hand. Folks now are not waiting on my consent.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? They like, oh no, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, folks ain't waiting on consent no more because they see that I have been, you know what I'm saying, intruded upon. So I'm telling them don't come, but then right after that statement, you grabbing on me.
Who was the first to show up?
Man.
Who was the first to show up?
It was a few. I ain't gonna lie, folks started rolling up at the same time. But this is the thing. Can I bring this into the? This is what needs to be brought into all of this conversation, right? And this is what I want to focus on. I immediately asked this man, "Am I arrested? Are you arrested?"
So wait a minute. So you jump into the police situation, right? Am I okay? Go ahead. So everybody knows.
Because everybody keeps saying, "Why didn't you leave?" The first thing I did when he told me to leave was go grab my laptop, pack up my bag, and let everybody know I'm getting ready to leave. You look at the live, I say I'm leaving.
Okay.
But before I leave, and everybody saying, "Why you can't go outside? Why you couldn't just make this video outside?" At that point, I had made a decision to resist.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
People don't understand movement, so they immediately be like, "Go outside." No, I'm willing to take the consequence. So if I'm getting arrested in this moment, that's cool with me. You know what I'm saying? That's cool with me. But I'm making a decision right now to resist anything that this man is saying to me. Whatever needs to be done to bring light to this situation. People may not always agree because everybody got their different values. And that's fine because like I enter into a lot of spaces and I understand that it's bigger than me right now. You know what I'm saying? Global Cafe is just one entity inside of Crosstown. Crosstowns are happening all over Memphis. Memphis 3.0, baby. So what I'm saying is we're doing all this redevelopment and we're not considering the displacement of our people. It's a housing crisis that's taking place in Memphis under this whole thing of bringing businesses into Memphis so that, you know what I'm saying, we can give these jobs to who these jobs really going to. You know what I'm saying? We building this stuff in the middle of our communities, and then all of a sudden our community is no longer our community. So this is a bigger stance than Crosstown. Okay, go ahead. I'm going.
But you know, and just gently pushing back. Right?
Go ahead.
You think about, you know, an entity, you know, big as Crosstown. It's a lot of us in there though. We're using that vehicle, and you know, people going to school, this, that, and other, so on and so forth, right? And so is it not is Crosstown not a benefit to our people?
What I'm going to say to you, I'm not going to answer that and say yes or no.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because it depends on which of our people are you referring to, right?
I'm referring to everyone, whether you're a business owner in there or whether you are a student in there, or you know, or somebody that goes to church health, or somebody that uses the radio station, somebody that listens to the radio
so
station.
What
is that vehicle of Crosstown Concourse not a benefit to this community?
I'm not willing. Right.
Okay.
That's good. I'm not willing to answer that as an individual. Right now, we have put out a survey, and that we collecting data on what.
Who's we? Is this
when
Equity Alliance?
This is right now. This is Equity Alliance. I'm using. I sometimes I talk as Rachel. Sometimes I talk as the Equity Alliance. You know what I'm saying? And so the Equity Alliance has this. We never speak for just ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So the Equity Alliance has decided. Hold on, was that a Rachel situation, or is this a situation that impact people that, you know what I'm saying? A bigger audience, a bigger
yeah,
scope. And so what immediately before I make, like I told you, I had suspended judgment already. So now let's see what the consensus are around, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody in this community. Matter of fact, we care about Black people. You know what I'm saying? We care about Black working class people. You know what I'm saying? So
you care about one too.
Yeah, I care about one too. But right now I'm collecting data, you know what I'm saying, to see how we are being treated.
Right. Let me ask this question.
Go ahead.
Let me ask this question.
Go ahead.
So there are, and I don't know if these are still, if this is still the case. And I know we're way over the segment, huh, Nicole? Okay. Let me ask this question. Nicole done got tipsy, done fell asleep and came back. Right. But let me ask this question on a serious note. There are individuals that, you know, were involved in the scuffle at Crosstown Concourse, and that probably have received felony charges.
Yeah.
And so it's
not felony. All of the charges are misdemeanors.
Okay,
I want to all of my misdemeanors.
Are they high as a misdemeanor A by chance?
Right now, right now I know all of the charges are misdemeanors, but it's so crazy because the people, one of the families, because we live right in the same area, brought our bicycles with our kids. You know what I'm saying? Highly involved and engaged in the community, and was literally leaving. You know what I'm saying? The YMCA, which we, you know what I'm saying, we utilize this building, so we, you know what I'm saying, leaving and got caught in that crossfire of what's going on with this family that I'm really close to. You know what I'm saying? That like, so they paint us as this mob. No, we are families that live within not even a half mile from this, you know what I'm saying, establishment that was built for us, right? And so like,
and so that's why we live in the capital of Memphis out here in Raleigh. Midtown, y'all too lit for us. Y'all Midtown too lit for us. But look, let me ask this though. So you know, given everything that took place, right? Would you do it exactly the same way, or would you retool it?
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
How would you do it if you had got a chance?
My question.
Did you have that question? If you had a chance to,
that's a real good question.
To revisit, to just
that's a real
do it again.
That's a really
what would the response be from
That's
Rachel?
a really good question, because Rachel liked to be calculated, right? Rachel liked to be strategic with tactics. Rachel like to be the Rosa Parks opposed to the, you know what I'm saying, the lady that went before her. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying?
Don't know that history.
I ain't gonna get into all of that. So Rachel like to see that situation and say, you know what, I'm gonna come back because it's gonna happen again. This is a problem. Now let's create a plan for when it happened again. We already ready and we know everything we want from that situation, right? But I like, so half of me is there. And then the other half of me is saying, like, you can't calculate all of these situations. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to be ready to act. You know what I'm saying? So I go in between a lot. You know what I'm saying? I go in between, to be honest with you. Like, I hate to see my friends like struggling right now. You know what I'm saying? If you know any, like, they try to paint us as these people, right? But all of these folks are very involved in community, contributing citizens, you know what I'm saying? Like, in many ways, and you try to paint us as this mob. A lot of them officers start, the ambulance, this is something folks don't know. The ambulance will call for our people. They had pepper sprayed them. They called them for our people. Guess what? When the ambulance showed up, the police started jumping on the stretcher, start asking for a neck brace. They would call for us. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then the news went with that and ran with that. That's why, you know.
But you know, if it were you rewound the tape, what would you do different?
Man, I've said with that. I've said with that. I'm sitting with it. You know what I'm saying? I think that my immediate response is that I would have liked to have, you know what I'm saying, the strategy already available to me. I would have had to the people that showed up. You know what I'm saying? I would have already known that this was one of our tactics around a strategy to address, you know what I'm saying, the systemic injustices that happen with development when you bring it into, you know what I'm saying, neighborhoods that you haven't consulted. You know what I'm saying? I would have wanted to do all of those things, you know. And so I think that one thing that I'm arriving at, I'm always growing. I just reached out recently to a developer. After this situation, I reached out to a developer and I apologized. You know what I'm saying? I said, I address the situation in a way that I would, you know what I'm saying? I want to apologize to you for. You know what I'm saying? Like this was
situation or a different situation?
No, it's a different situation.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? It was around the sawmill. Even though the people said they didn't want it, you know what I'm saying? It was ways that I moved and I approached the sawmill that I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So this got me in reflective mode. So this is a really good question. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, people didn't want it. I would still have stood against it. But the way I approached it, I owe this developer an apology. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, so
big.
You know,
I love the self-reflection because I'm always doing the same thing.
And accountability.
And accountability. Let me ask you this though. How much of your response in both the sawmill situation and Global Cafe was an emotional response versus a logical response? And it's okay because you know
I think that like you are consistently growing, and my heart, I think my heart is so for community. My heart is so for and so I guess I ain't gonna say so for because that's what I'm learning right now. I think I want to make sure that they get into the airway. You know what I'm saying? My heart is so against you know what I'm saying, the people, things happening for the people without the people's input, right? That sometimes I'm not all the way I can be more strategic about, you know, I'm against this, right? But what am I for? You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, like I think that when we start having these conversations around the sawmill, that same land is lying vacant. You know, although we did research around like what do you prefer, the energy around what the community prefers is not the same as what, you know, she came in, she had already had a plan, you know what I'm saying, around what she wanted to do. And so in the same, so in this same situation, I just think that like reflective wise, like Rachel wants to always move with strategy. I don't want to be caught up in this ideology of what it needs to look like. What does progress, even with the takeover, what does progress look like in this moment? You know what I'm saying? We get so caught in going against each other. Lots
of emotion.
You know what I'm saying? And people call it, I think emotion is not bad. But without strategy connected to that emotion, without strategy and tactics around solutions, people saying, take over. Okay, now let's talk about, let's attach takeover to what we saying we want the solution to be. What the problem is, you know what I'm saying? What the problem is and what the solution is. So I think
we ain't finna go down that rabbit hole. We're gonna bring you back to go down that rabbit hole.
My whole point is like, yes, I think I would want to be more strategic.
Yeah.
Yes, I would. Yes, I also think that you don't always get a chance to prepare. You know what I'm saying?
You don't.
And what do you do when you don't get to prepare? So I'm in between those two things.
And I love and appreciate you for your transparency. Okay, but look, let me leave you with this, Rachel. You know, people think that the Afro Justin and Ponytail Justin were the first two people to be threatened with expulsion. I was the first Black person to be threatened with expulsion because I cursed every one of them blanks out on that house floor. Mic cut off. I'm still cursing all of them out. This, that, and other. A lot of people don't realize that happened. This in the media. So the receipts are there, right? You're looking at yourself. Right, and so
you get one of my social media class, Rachel. This one,
and watch this. You know, when I did that, you know, the speaker who's there now, Cameron Sexton, and me and him been friends for a long time, way before he was speaker. Right, he came to me. He said, my members want you, either you apologize or he didn't say it hard like this. Either you apologize, or he asked me, are you willing to apologize? I said no. He said. Well, you know, and my members want, you know, either to consider expulsion or censorship or something like that, right? Because I cursed him out bad. And it's so bad that he had to shut the session down, right? And, you know, this is during George Floyd, right? And Nathan Bedford Forrest statue and all of this stuff going on, right? And they had killed a resolution for a deceased 17-year-old Black female. The Republicans had killed this resolution. I've never seen them kill a resolution that memorialized a person that's died, right? And I couldn't understand it, right? So my response was completely emotional, right? And they done shut my mic down. He done threatened to bring the sergeant of arms and the troopers to drag me out of the chambers and everything, right? I didn't give a damn. You know, emotionally, I was spent, right? I didn't care. I had done cashed out or crashed out, right? And so, but after that, I vowed to myself, and I'm in a different space up there now. They will never, ever, ever be able to pull that side of me up again, a side that I always want to suppress, right? Because I know how bad that side is, right? And since then, when they do their shit, and they do shit, right? When they do their shit, I'm always now, you know, making sure that I'm not moving out of emotion, but I'm moving out of logic.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Right? Let me step back and, you know, and because I know where we are in that space, like what was happening with you, right? I know where we're, and this is growth too, because I wasn't always there either. You know, this is growth for me, right? This just happened for me. You know, how many years ago when George Floyd?
5.
It's been a little bit more than that. Yeah. You tipsy too. But it took all of that for me, right, to get to this point, and it took a long time, right? But and now when they're doing their antics, you know, I'm looking at it, right, and I decide how I'm going to move strategically and logically, and so that's all I'm saying. So, I guess with that, Nicole giving us the hook. Y'all, hey,
that's her back there blowing her
nose. Let's give it up for, let's give it up for our guest Rachel Spriggs in the building. Yeah. It would be good for you to go to her, Josh. Let's do that again. Let's give it up for Rachel in the building.
I hear them now. I hear them now. I ain't heard them before.
Yeah, let me tell you thank you. You know, we truly appreciate you being here, man.
False dripper, like a broke faucet, diamond teeter, and my neck glossing, project flossing, taking no lossing. Ain't trying to go up that creek like Dawson. Ain't no pausing, no stagnation. Pockets on swole like pregnation. Brand new house, brand new cars. I'm from the hood, gentrification. Money flipper, straight go getter. I want the back and keep the liquor. Partner strapped in, we never slipper. God gon' keep us, he gon' deliver. Pata, still on the money, the bag. Some more and some more, my face on that flag. Ew, still on the money, the bag. Some more and some more, my face on that flag.
Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, this your boy, Pimp Type, MJG.
Yeah, man, and this your dog, Big Ball.
And y'all know what this is. This the Antonio Parkinson Project. You hear me?
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Powered by Black Market Strategies.